Prime Minister Narendra Modi today surprised everyone by a visit, a few-hour visit to Ladakh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi went early in the morning. He went to a place called Nimu at an altitude of around 11,000 feet, flanked by the Army Chief, General Narawane, and also the Chief of Defence Staff. Both were, in fact, with the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister said the valor of the troops during the Galwan clash is the epitome of bravery. Without taking the name, Prime Minister also slammed China. He said the enemy witnessed the fire and fury of the braves and the age of expansionism is over. Flying by General Rawat and General Narawane, the Prime Minister also assured the country India is fully prepared to deal with any adversity. The visit comes days after June 15 border clash with China, in which 20 soldiers were killed in the line of duty. The presence of Prime Minister in Ladakh region was not only to send a strong message to China that India means business, but also to the countrymen that India is capable of giving strong reply to any adversary.
मैं गलवान घाटी में शहीद हुए अपने वीर जवानों को भी पुनः श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूं। उनके पराक्रम, उनके सिंहनाद से धरती अब भी उनका जयकारा कर रही है। दुनिया ने आपका अदम्य साहस देखा है, जाना है। आपकी शौर्य गाथाएं घर घर में गूंज रही है और भारत माता के दुश्मनों ने आपकी फायर हुई देखी है और आपकी फ्यूरी भी। लेह लद्दाख से लेकर करगिल और सियाचिन तक, रेजांगला की बर्फीली चोटियां से लेकर गलवान घाटी के ठंडे पानी की धारा तक, हर चोटी, हर पहाड़, हर जर्रा जर्रा, हर कंकड़ पत्थर भारतीय सैनिकों के पराक्रम की गवाही देते हैं। आज आप सभी की मेहनत से देश अनेक आपदाओं से एक साथ और पूरी दृढ़ता से लड़ रहा है। साथियों, विस्तारवाद का युग समाप्त हो चुका है। ये युग विकासवाद का है। तेजी से बदलते हुए समय में विकासवाद ही प्रासंगिक है। विकासवाद के लिए अवसर है और विकासवाद ही भविष्य का आधार भी है।
All right. So after the Prime Minister's massive morale boosting visit to Ladakh, let me get in more perspective from my colleagues. Abhishek Bhalla, editor of Defence, joins us from Ladakh. He is in Leh. Gaurav Sawant, senior executive editor, India Today, also with us on the broadcast. He just a couple of days back came back from, in fact, Ladakh. And Rahul Srivastav, national affairs editor, India Today, also with us on the broadcast. Abhishek, coming to you first. It was a visit that, right till the last moment, many did not know about. I mean, the country woke up to this surprise visit. How has the reaction been on the ground among the soldiers to find the Prime Minister in their midst?
big impact, Ankit. In fact, the feedback that I'm getting from here is that, morale booster is a very mild word, one can say, to explain the kind of feeling that the soldiers have gone through. It's normal for them to get, VVIPs, dignitaries during festivals like Diwali, Holi, New Year's. But during an ongoing confrontation, this is rare. The army chief had visited earlier, the Air Force chief had visited earlier, the Raksha Mantri was expected to reach, but instead it was the Prime Minister himself who landed at around 7 a.m. This morning in Leh and spent the next 6-7 hours in Ladakh, and he spent close to 2 hours with the troops, where not only did he address them, he also interacted with them at a personal level. So that was something that went very well for them. Ankit, it's even if for a young officer or a soldier, a commanding officer, or a 1-star or a 2-star or a 3-star officer pats a back or shakes their hand, it's a big thing. Here it was the Prime Minister who was letting them know that he's there for them, and that was a big thing. After that, he also went to the military hospital in Leh, where many of those braves of Galwan were recovering. So
Yes.
that was a big gesture again, and it just sends a message to all the troops that they are ready to go back to their duties if required and face
Yes.
any Chinese aggression. There are no doubts about that as far as the Indian Army is concerned.
Okay. Gaurav, a big morale boosting message for the Indian Army. But what about the strategic message across to China? The foreign ministry there reacted, saying that, nothing should be done to escalate the tension. Let us talk and try and de-escalate the matter. What kind of a message do you think the Prime Minister has been able to send across the border to China?
Ankit, while the message to own troops and own country was very important from the Prime Minister's side, the bigger message actually goes out to China and to other countries in the region. The message to China is that India will defend every inch of our territory, because that's what is the red line that's now been decided by the Prime Minister of the country, and not in some secret war room, but in Ladakh, in Nimu, in Leh. The Prime Minister said this: India's never bent forward. India will never bend. India will continue to ensure that our territorial integrity is maintained. That's a message. That's a red line for China. We'll defend every inch of our territory. That's point one. Point two, an equally significant message from the Prime Minister, Ankit, is the fact that the Prime Minister said we will ensure that peace comes from strength. Peace does not come from weakness. That's a very significant point that the Prime Minister is making. What's the message? So China gets that message. In back channel talks and at Corps Commander level talks, Ankit, the conversation was that China expects India
Yes.
to meet them halfway. Halfway would mean what? That we let them stay up to finger 6, or that we let them stay somewhere in Galwan. India has made it very clear China needs to go back beyond finger 8. Whether it takes 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months or longer, India will ensure that. That's point one. Point two, it's a message to other countries in South China Sea, in East China Sea, and other countries that are facing the tentacles of an expanding dragon, that India's cut off China's tentacles at Galwan. India's standing strong here. Perhaps it's time for them to do the same.
Rahul Srivastav, for the Prime Minister of the country, yes, it is, as Abhishek was also telling us, a big morale boosting rare occasion, but not the first time that a Prime Minister has gone to the front lines to and speak to the troops to boost their morale. From Prime Minister Nehru to, in fact, Lal Bahadur Shastri, even Atal Bihari Vajpayee during the Kargil war, and of course Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, all have gone to the front lines to meet the troops. How important is it for the Prime Minister as a political leader to send across this message, and what does this do for the domestic audience as far as the Prime Minister is concerned?
Ankit, wars and battles are usually inflicted by leaders and the armies fight it. And eventually all leaders are politicians, and they look forward to a long-term, stay longer in power. The Prime Minister has played a very critical global political move vis-a-vis China. I think it's the most unprecedented symbolism that the Prime Minister has created by visiting Leh today. If you notice what has happened over the last, as Gaurav was also saying, that there is a conflict on. The senior-most CEO of the country visits the forward bases. It may not be exactly Galwan Valley, but Leh is not very far. That's where the corps which is fighting the battle is situated, is headquartered. And that is why what the Prime Minister has done, that he has created an atmosphere that in which he's signaling that wars are not just fought by soldiers alone. It is also political. In China, the soldiers who died in the conflict with India have not been celebrated, have not been talked about. Nobody knows about them. While in India, they have been given the ceremonial departure. In India, the Prime Minister visits the forward post. In China, it doesn't happen. The public will start asking questions in China. And that's what perhaps the signal is. Chinese business interests are being hurt by the Indian government. Questions will be asked in China. I think it's a very strategic move and signal to China. Then comes the domestic audience, Ankit. For the domestic audience, it's a great moral booster. Anybody may criticize it, Ankit. One little point I'd like to make is that leaders do visit affected sites. Remember on 27th of November 2008, Manmohan Singh and Sonia Gandhi visited Mumbai after the terror strike. Why did they go there? They wanted to express a sense of solidarity.
Yes.
Here the Prime Minister has gone and expressed solidarity not just with the army, Ankit, importantly with Ladakh and that region where the people might be jittery. He has expressed solidarity with those people also.
That's a very well made point, Rahul Srivastava. I request all three of you to stay on with me because as Abhishek was telling us, the Prime Minister after Nimu went to the field hospital in Leh. He in fact met the Jawans, brave Jawans, those who in fact fought the Chinese aggression of and were injured in the clashes with the Chinese forces in the Galwan region. Take a look at the Prime Minister visiting and meeting these brave Jawans.
जिस वीरता के साथ आपने लड़ाई लड़ी और मैंने कुछ दिन पहले भी कहा था कि जो वीर हमें छोड़ के चले गए हैं वे भी ऐसे ही नहीं है। आप सबने मिलकर के करारा जवाब भी दिया। शायद आप घायल है, अस्पताल में है, इसलिए शायद आपको अंदाज नहीं आता होगा, लेकिन 130 करोड़ देशवासी आपके प्रति बहुत ही गौरव अनुभव करते हैं। आपके इस साहस, शौर्य हमारी पूरी नई पीढ़ी को प्रेरणा दे रही है और इसलिए आपका ये पराक्रम, आपका ये शौर्य और आपने जो रक्त बहाया है वो हमारी युवा पीढ़ी को, हमारे देशवासियों को आने वाले लंबे अरसे तक प्रेरणा देता रहेगा। मैं आज सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपको प्रणाम करने आया हूं, आपको छू करके, आपको देख करके एक ऊर्जा लेकर के जाऊंगा, एक प्रेरणा लेकर के जा रहा हूं और हमारा भारत आत्मनिर्भर बने, दुनिया की किसी भी ताकत के सामने न कभी झुके हैं न कभी झुकेंगे। और ये बात मैं बोल पा रहा हूं आप जैसे वीर पराक्रमी साथियों के कारण। मैं आपको तो प्रणाम करता हूं, आपको जन्म देने वाली आपकी वीर माताओं को भी प्रणाम करता हूं।
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.